Yeah, okay. So that's our whole goal for today, that you get the whole overview what a dreambot is and how you can get started. So let's jump straight away. What's the goal for this event? So we'll give a very quick overview what dreamDEX is. I mean, Dimitri already had a session on it. I attended, it was fun. So what dreamDEX is and what, we'll go what the different terms that are used in dreamDEX very quickly. This won't take much time. Main session here will be we build a bot live and on top of the GitHub kit with dreamDEX hacks. And then we'll see where to go from there, like what other things I can do from there. So that's gonna be the whole session. Let's start. What
Yep,
are
yep.
DEXs? Okay, so understanding like most DEXs are a vending machine. This one is a market. How DreamDEX is different from other DEXs is there are AMMs and then there's a club. But the difference is that AMMs usually follow a quote, this formula that you can probably see, and you usually trade against the formula, like Uniswap, right? But what DreamDEX is, it's different. It's a list of orders that people are placing, and whenever your order matches, that's when the actual transaction happens. And this is why DreamDEX is different. It's not following an order formula. It's following the actual orders that are placed by actual people.
Yep, yep.
Now, why an order book needs a chain like this? Because a book constantly posting, canceling, matching, every one of this is a transaction. So the book, the matching, and the settlement all live on chain. That's why you have the club logic in the stock trading as well. The thing that different is that it's on chain. Everything is decentralized, and you can see everything happening on chain right now and on live. And the most important part is that this only works because the execution of Somnia is fast, which is the finality is sub-seconds. And if this wasn't a feature, the club will be very slow, and it would doesn't make sense to have club. And that's why DreamDEX is possible, because Somnia has that infrastructure that provides you the sub-second finality. That means the transactions are fast, the execution is fast, and that's what makes the club possible on Somnia. Now, the main important part here is that the chain is actually built for agents and not just people. Like DreamDEX and Somnia has offering the infrastructure that makes it possible that that it's not just built for people. Like usually you hear some Web3 and you hear blockchain, you think that people are trading, people are using dApps, but we are Somnia is progressing towards the area where it's actually built for agents. We are pushing agentic L1s. We have Somnia agents already, and DreamDeck itself has all those stuff that makes it possible that you can actually build a bot that does the trading for you, and you don't have to involve yourself anyhow anywhere, right? So dreamdex has session keys, right, that holds your keys and places the orders for you. We have reactivity, which isn't tested right now, but reactivity also gives you that instant updates of what's happening. We have the batch EIP 702, which actually makes you, batch a lot of orders together. That means that you can place a, you know, let's say if the market is moving fast, so rather than trading one pair at a time, you can actually batch a lot of transaction into single transactions, right? So bot isn't a second class user of the chain, it's the intended one. The whole idea is that you don't have to trade manually, you don't have to check the different strategies, you don't have to sit on a screen and watch everything unfold. You can actually just ask your bot to do it, and it will do it for you. And that's the whole thing that Somnia is moving towards, and it's the next generation of things. Now, what the order book is, we have two important terms here: bids and ask. Bids are the people who actually pay for an order, and ask are the people who actually are selling a token, right? So as I said before, it's a club. Club basically means an order book, like people are actually placing orders and for sell and buy, and whenever those two match, that's when an order actually happened. The best bid is the highest anyone play, and the bid asked is the lowest anyone will accept. When your order meets someone else, that's when a fill actually happens, and that money volume actually gets calculated to the volume that you have traded. And volume here is a very important term, because for Algo Arena at least, because the whole thing will revolve how much volume can you generate with your bots.
Yeah, yeah. So sorry to interrupt. Sorry to jump in. I just wanted to say a small correction. The reactivity is actually it's live on mainnet, as Emery is telling me in the chat.
Oh, sorry,
So,
my bad.
yep. So
Yeah.
the Botkits example do not contain reactivity. It's more like zero level, as he's saying in the chat. I'm just reading out loud. But obviously, and apparently, it's already live on mainnet. Just a small correction, not really very important to our session today, but I just needed to say it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Thank you for covering that.
Sure.
Okay. The spread is your cost, the gap between the best bid and the best ask. dreamDEX takes none of it, and there's no trading fee, and that's very important right here. That uh, bid is 4.1 and asked at 4.2. The difference between these values, the 0.02, is actually the spread that you pay for it. So whenever you place an order and it gets covered by the ask, let's say you placed an order for 4.10 and it got covered by an order by 4.2, 4.12. The difference between them is the cost that you actually pay for each transaction, but there's no trading fees involved. dreamDEX already covers all your trading fees, right? So yeah. So every trade your bot makes, it pays this spread, and you can multiply it with 1,000 trades and to fee actually how much you'll pay for, let's say, 10,000 transactions, or how much you will pay for $1,000 of volume. And this is an important concept of spread when you're making a bot that generates volume, because you want minimal capital loss. Because if you're trading too much and too frequently, you'll pay a lot of spread on a lot of transactions. So when you're making this bot, you have to strategize in a way that you pay minimum spread per the volume that you generate, right? So every time you cross it, you pay it. The whole contest is decided by this line, right? So let's say if you start with $100, you need to be very decisive how your bot is strategizing and what pairs is it choosing, because the more spread it pays, the more capital you will lose per the volume that you have generated. So this is a very important concept, not just for the arena itself, but in general as well. When you are trading, that you need to find pairs which have minimal spread, so you pay minimal cost for this.
Yeah, just wanted to add to this. Yeah, spread is something that you see in any financial market, so it's not something new, not something specific to dreamDEX. Because on dreamDEX you do not pay any fees, right? There are no taker fees, no maker fees, anything. But of course there is a spread, because the spread between the bid and the ask, and it's there everywhere. Just imagine buying any asset, not even financial asset, you will get a spread. And the important thing to note to mention is this: the spread is actually fluctuating. It's not a fixed amount of it's fixed range of prices or something. It's always different depending on many factors, which are quite complicated to cover this in this one. And I absolutely agree with you that the spread is super important to consider when when you're designing the strategy, the whole strategy behind your bot.
Exactly. Yeah, and as Dmitry said, that your spread is always dynamic. Like, it's not fixed. Like, it's depending on the orders that people are placing and the cost and the token price in the market as well, right? So your bot actually needs to fetch prices and spread constantly, and then needs to decide what pair it chooses and what spread it pays for the volume it's generating. Okay, moving on. So maker and taker, those are the two important concepts as well. Maker is someone who puts an order on the shelf and waits. Taker is the one who grabs it, right? So basically, it's the one placing the order and the one taking the order, right? Moving forward.
Yep.
So we have dreamDEX have four ways to actually point and place an order. You have GTC, leave it on the shelf until I cancel it. We have FOK, which is fill of it right now, or none of it. IOC is the one that we'll be using mostly in here. It takes what's there right now or cancel the rest. And post only. Only if I would be a maker, never let me cross. Right? These are the four kind of orders that you can actually place, and IOC is the one that you'll mostly be using while creating the bot. And GTC, FOK, and post only, usually you'll use it when you're, doing manual trading and watching the market itself. But IOC is the one that your bot will mostly use. Right. So what are tick, lot, and min quantity? Eggs are sold by a dozen. That's the lot size. Like, how many eggs does a carton contain? Prices end in 0.00 or 0.10. That's the tick size. They won't sell you fewer than the six. That's min quantity. Like, that a carton contains how many eggs, and that's fixed, right? So that's the min quantity. Your order must land on the grid or exchange refuses it. Like, whenever you're placing an order, you need to match all of these values properly, or the exchange will refuse it. Moving forward. Now, what's Algo Arena? Alright, I hope you have already watched the announcements on Discord, on Twitter. So, Algo Arena is an 8 weeks contest with weekly leaderboards and $10,000 in a stablecoin rewards, where human algos and bots will face each other. And you also have, I think the rules were given out. You also have raffles per week for the people who are not in top 10, and you can also, whenever you get like $250 of volume, I think something like that, or $2,500 of volume actually, so you get one raffle ticket, and it launches on 13th July, and it's all based on the volume. I think the link will be available between this for the whole. I think the announcement was made for this as well, for which contains all the rules for this. So this is where we're gonna be handing over that the bot you make, the strategies you choose, the method you choose will be, facing each other in Algo Arena.
Yep. Everything is coming pretty soon.
Yes. Now, a very important concept, right? I think I heard a lot of people talking in discussions and having issues, like they didn't understand how the whole login process worked in the dreamDEX. So you have two kind of wallets. You have an EOA and you have a smart contract wallet. Right, the EOA is the wallet that you use in your MetaMask and your Phantom wallets. That your EA wallets. That's a wallet that you usually sign all your transactions with. Now you have your trading wallet, which the dreamDEX auto creates for you, right? So how it works is you log in with your MetaMask, let's say for example, dreamDEX will create your trading wallet. Now this is the wallet that will actually do all those transactions for you, right? And when you're making the bot, the key point is that the bot won't use your wallet directly. The whole idea is that you use your trading wallet. And I think the registration and leaderboard rules of this contest, the algorithm contest, also wants that you need to link your trading wallet. Your bot will use this wallet itself for all those transactions, and that's what will be counted for your leaderboard score as well during the whole 8 weeks. So your trading wallet is the one that owns the order, and this is what the leaderboard scores. Your bot holds a key that is allowed to place orders for. So right, so whole idea is that you don't give your bot the permissions, or you don't give your bot the whole, your money, your capital, your assets, because bots can get finicky. Scripts can misplace and do misplace orders if your strategy or your logic fails. So the whole idea is that you never fund your wallet with actual assets. Your wallet, the bot that does all the transactions, will only be allowed to place orders without ever holding the whole money. I think the registration will also begin soon for linking your wallets, and unlinked wallets won't count. So when the registration starts for Algo Arena, make sure to link your wallets before you trade, or your volumes and transactions won't count towards it.
Just wanted to add a little bit about this. So absolutely correct that when the user, for example, for the first time when you log into dreamDEX to the app and want to do a transaction, as you've seen on the app, you can actually use some other ways to log in rather than the wallet. But most of the people definitely will be logging in with their MetaMask or OKX wallet or any other wallet that is supported by Privy Wallet. And even though you log in with this one, the app will create a new wallet for you. It's called Smart Wallet. It can be called Preview Wallet as well, because this is like the infrastructure behind this. And this is actually raising a lot of questions in the community, because people are asking, okay, why do I have to do this? Why can I not trade directly from my MetaMask, etc.? This is the way it works. Unfortunately, it might not be super convenient to some people, but it's really, really convenient to everyone who, for example, doesn't have a MetaMask wallet and can choose a social login or something like this. But most importantly, as you were referring to the Algo Arena, it is possible that users or participants in this contest will have more than one wallet, because someone might choose, and Irony, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think someone might choose to create a separate wallet on their MetaMask with their bot. So just exclusively to use for that bot. to do the approvals for the transactions, like Nikolai is saying 0.0001, maybe $1 million, depending on your deposit, right? So you can do the specific approvals and use that wallet exclusively for that bot. And you might even have several, right? So I don't know. Imagine a situation. I don't know really if it makes sense, but I just wanted to say it out loud. For example, someone would have a wallet for, I don't know, ETH versus USDSO trading, another one for BTC, USDSO, and for some reason this person wouldn't want to do it within one bot. So one bot is Ethereum, the other one is Bitcoin, right? And then each bot could potentially hold the private key to one wallet, and then you would have two wallets managed by two bots. You will be able to link them and to let them participate in the competition. So this is really important because, for example, you do have your login wallet, right? For example, say MetaMask. You get your dreamDEX wallet, your Dream wallet, your smart wallet. This is not probably something that you'll be able to trade on with your bot. But if you have another wallet or multiple wallets, where your bots are operating, like I described previously, you will be able to link them. It's very, very important that you do that, because when you register, when the contest begins, when everything begins, when the registration opens, you'll be able to log in with your wallet, and you'll be able to connect your wallets with your bots. If you do not do that, they will still participate, but your volume will not be taken into consideration. So your volume won't be counted. And you could say, okay, my bot did this, did that, but it's not recorded. So it's really, really important if you choose to do it this way, like having multiple wallets with bots doing this, doing that. You will need to all link them all together to your main wallet so that everything is being tracked. I hope it does make sense. What do you say,
Yeah.
Irony? Does it make sense, this strategy, when you like have multiple bots holding keys to one wallet, and the other bot holds the keys to another wallet, and yeah, all these like army of bots doing your trading?
Yeah, yeah, it totally makes sense, and it's very important that you link. And the idea with having multiple bots is like, let's say you have each bot to watch each pair. So like let's say if your one bot is watching Somi USD, one is watching W8 USD, like so this way you actually get to capture more market, because once at a time you can only place one order from a single bot. So, but let's say if you're trading in Somi USD, but suddenly something market trends towards W8 USD, your bot wouldn't be able to place immediately for that. But if you have multiple bots that are watching multiple markets, so that actually increases the chances that you cover more volume and pay less spread depending how you're strategizing it. And actually, I have a very good analogy for why dreamDEX uses this trading wallet idea. And the whole thing is, imagine you are a very precious person, right? You have a lot of resources in your wallet. Imagine a movie where you usually have these people, you have lot of resources, like you kind of a king who has a lot of resources. And let's say you want to go and have a meeting with your uh like neighboring country or something like that, but you don't go there yourself, because the whole idea is, let's say if you go out, someone might assassinate you, right? So you usually have this commandos for you who will take your resources. Only the essential ones will go there, will do their deals, and will come back to you, and they'll say that you made the deal. This way, you yourself stay secure, and you, with all your treasure, will stay secure, right? So let's say if you use your MetaMask wallet directly for trading, you might have a lot more assets in your MetaMask other than the one you're using on Somnia chain. You might have something from Arbitry, or something from, Monad, something from Ethereum, something from Base. If you use that wallet directly for trading, and if by any chance you compromise your wallet, your whole trading portfolio gets ripped, right? Because you're signing each transaction directly. If you're signing each transaction with your MetaMask wallet, it raises that security flaw that, one wrong mistake and whole wallet gets destroyed. But when you use the trading wallet given by dreamDEX, and you deposit only the required amount to your trading portfolio, so that ensures that you're not using your, it's also very convenient right now how dreamDEX does it, because you don't have to sign every transaction, because the market is moving fast and you don't want to open your MetaMask and confirm every transaction. Now, once you're using this trading wallet, you don't have to use that. It actually helps you not just to keep your actual wallet, the MetaMask wallet, with different assets secure, but actually speeds up the whole, placing an order as well for you. I hope that makes sense.
Yep, definitely. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we can move on because we haven't gotten to. We already have 30 minutes behind us, but we haven't gotten to trail to coding.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll move a little faster. So make sure that you when you're using this, there are some rules how you can actually generate volume. So you can read the full rules for this. But of course, techniques like wash trading, where you're trading with yourself or you're placing a lot of cyclic orders, those are not allowed. And if your wallet gets flagged, your whole you'll be basically removed from the leaderboard. You can read the full rules from the link itself, right? And again, the same thing, that what counts and what doesn't count, it contains all those rules. Like left column says, like matching your own orders, ping ponging between different wallets that you own, or doing wash trading, all those stuff will won't count. So you need to read your rules properly for all this, and only use techniques that are allowed by the algorithm competition. Generate real volume, pay as little as it possible, and that's the whole area, not just for algorithm but the trading area as well. At
Sounds like a
generating
strategy, like the first strategy.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the whole thing that will be revolving again, your competition, your bots. That's the whole thing, that generate real volume but pay as little as possible to it. And that's what makes your that's exactly what tests your wallet, how efficient it is, if it's playing least amount of capital but generating actual real volume.
Awesome.
Now there are three ways to actually
Okay.
aim a bot: volume, profit, and yield. Volume is how much did I trade if you're doing round trips, etc. And then there's a profit, where you're using maker or maker techniques, arbitrage techniques, etc. for actually getting profit. Then there's a yield method which dreamDEX offers, that you can actually use post only methods for getting the yield out of it. You can read all those stuff on the docs of dreamDEX and how these all works. And but these are the three methods. We'll be focusing towards the volume method for this whole bot. Now, the Botkit is the very important part of this. DreamDEX has their own Botkit. That means that you don't have to, even if you're using any AI tools, you don't have to code everything from scratch. Actually, you don't have to code anything from scratch. You get the full house here. You get SDKs, you get all the WebSockets that you require, all the RPC connections. You get the core loops in the Python and TypeScript as well. You get five different strategies as well that you can directly start using, and then tweak as you go. You get different examples that people have coded in last competitions. Then you get docs as well if you want to read while your bot is while your AI are actually coding, which is very important that you read as well. Even if you're using any AI tools, it's very important to read docs, how things are working, and keep asking your bot. Let's say if you use Codex or Claude or ChatGPT, whatever you're using for coding purposes, always keep asking, why are you using this method, why are not this method, and keep asking it to explain things to you. So even if you're making the bot, you understand what things are going, what code it is running, because you'll be working with real assets here. You'll be working with your SOMI, your USD token. So it's very important that you all, as a developer of this bot, is also understanding what things the AI is building for you. Then we have skills here, which is a whole library of skills for you. Once you load the skill in your whatever coding agent you're using, your coding agent will know exactly what Somnia is, what the chain ID is, what RPC to use, how to link up the whole code base. Scripts is a basic scripts. We have the doctor, we have operator setup, one IOC. These are simple scripts that you can run as a bot to see how things are working. And you first, and very importantly, you need to read the gotchas.md file, because it explains what different traps are and how people lost their capital in the earlier competitions and in the earlier testing trades we had. So you get all those ideas for free. You get all those experience that people actually build their bots on for free. So it's very important to you read this, you understand it, and then use this while prompting your coding agent to build this. Okay. Now let's actually start building one. The kit already has everything that you need to build it. So let's start actually building the whole idea. And let me share my screen, the
So
correct
yeah,
one.
before we do it, I was which is the way are we going to go today? Vibe coding.
Yeah, we'll be vibe coding, but we'll be using the the repo kit that we have from DreamDEX as the base. We won't be using doing anything from the scratch, because that will extend the session to a lot, because there is a lot of caveats and functions that we have to explain if you going from scratch. So we'll be using the GitHub kit as the baseline for this. This is the link for it. You can go. Most probably you already have it. Wait, let me see. I have a
I'm gonna post it to the chat.
Yeah, yeah. So you can also scan the QR if you need. You can take a screenshot for later. You have everything. You probably are in the Discord already, so that doesn't need. But yeah, so you need the Git repo to for this. So if you are following with me, you can clone this repo and be ready. And we'll start using this as the base of our coding. I'll be using VS Code as my IDE and Claude Code as my base coding agent. You can use whatever you feel like. You can use anti-gravity if you have a plan for it. You can use Copilot by GitHub. You can use Codex, whatever seems the best for you. You can go with this.
If we're talking about skills MD, I think you can only use them on Claude, right? Or
No, actually, the skill MD is basically an introduction, a reference for your agent. So even
okay,
in Claude, you can actually load it, but in other Codex, etc., you can ask it to read it, and it will understand what the
oh,
whole
okay,
idea is.
makes sense, definitely. Okay,
So what the skills is, I'll give you very little about info about it. It's basically a whole documentation for your a document that is friendly for your agent, right? So it will understand what it doesn't have to look and go to the actual documentation URL. It basically gives a whole idea of what dreamDEX is, what Somnia is, what different tools you can see right here is basically gives the AI coaching the context to build around Somnia and dreamDEX.
yeah,
So
just giving
in the
some personal experience on this. I was trying to build a bot by using AI as my guide over the weekend, and this wasn't available yet. So we didn't have these skills MD. So I had to do the research, and I was using Claude, and it was really puzzled sometimes. I had to look for like RPCs and other things, especially the gas
Yeah,
situation is
exactly.
quite difficult to estimate gas insomnia using like the functions and everything. So I think these skills are really useful for everyone who really wants to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
really
applaud
recommend.
to Emre for adding all this information. Like this is very important for anyone who is starting out. So thanks everyone, thanks Emre for this, for building this and adding this skills MD file because it makes your life easier. You don't have to copy your documentation. Your agent will know everything that it needs here. Okay,
Absolutely. Yeah.
so let me open my screen. So this is my Claude here. Say hi to it. I'm gonna
It's
keep
actually
this on.
it's Visual Studio Code, right? With Claude Code plugin, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let me actually copy it here. To do. So all you gotta do is you can start, create your folder where you'll be building your bot. And I would suggest that when you're using all this, try to learn the commands itself, like what is the git command, what does the npm command do. I hope you understand the basics of it. So we'll be using TypeScript for this. But if you are a Python developer, then you can use the Python versions that are available as well. The things remain the same, just a few of the commands will change. The whole idea of the bot will remain same mostly, but just a few commands on how you're starting the bot and how it's doing the things will change. So I'm just gonna go and quickly clone the repo here. Okay, right, my repo is cloned. You can see the whole thing here. I'm gonna go to
Yeah,
Claude Code. I'm
while
gonna
you're doing that, I would also share my personal experience. It's really cool to use AI to teach you things because, for example, if you're doing something like, you don't know, cloning the repo or like pulling something, right? And you just get the command, but you don't understand what you're doing. You can always ask a GPT or a Claude, what exactly is it doing for me? And this way, this is like the best way to learn things. Just, yeah, at least for me.
Yeah, it's actually very useful tool not just for coding but actually learning stuff. And even when we were working on this Somnia Agentathon hackathon, there were a lot of times that it's hard to analyze and visualize the logic in your head, like what the thing is happening. But when you ask it, there were times that I was prompting it to explain me like I'm 4 years old, explain me like I don't understand anything, and it gives such a good explanations. It will create diagrams for you and do a lot of those stuff. And you could also use ChatGPT and Claude to create visualizers for you, which basically helps you visualize how the whole thing is working, how the functions are connecting. And it's very not it's a kind of a tool that not just helps you to code and gets your bot ready, it also helps you to understand those stuffs faster. It's not making just a development faster. It's also making it easier to understand how things are working.
Absolutely. So what exactly is Claude Code doing for you right now?
Yeah. So right
Just
now
give me the.
I ran a simple command that that read the dreamDocs Botkit, right, and read the skills folder to get the context loaded. So you can see that it started reading the it that is available and which we cloned before, and it start reading all the readme file, all the skill MD file, all the core packages. So it's basically gathering all the context that is available in the bot kit. So when we start prompting it to create the actual bot, it will have all those context loaded, and then we could start experimenting and tweaking a bit, then checking if the orders are placing or not. I also suggest whoever is trying to make this bot is get some STT. You can use the Telegram group to ask Camere for STT. Use a testnet mode. Always use a testnet mode to first test your bot, because you're working with real assets here. You're working with real tokens here. You don't want to waste them. You don't want to lose them. It will be a headache, and there's no way to actually recover this from what I know. So whenever you create a bot or something like this, always use testnet mode to first test everything. And once you're confirmed that your bot is working there, then only switch to actual mainnet.
Yeah, and it makes sense because, for example, if you choose to do it on mainnet straight away, you could reduce the approved amount, like the limits for spending. But then again, you get minimal order place, minimal amount of order that you can place, and it could not be that small. It couldn't. It might be that it's not like 0.1 cent or something. You would really have to place orders with real money. So definitely always use testnet first.
So I'm just gonna run npm install here. So all the node packages are installed in my Git bot kit that we have cloned, right? Okay, all the packages installed. I'm gonna go back to Cloud Code. Now the Cloud Code already has taken all the reference for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask it uh, uh, create but actually let's try to run the tools that we already have here. I'm gonna ask it to do it. Run the IOC order on testnet. Also, one more thing, you'll actually need uh, probably need the envs for this. So envs is basically this folders that you see is basically where your wallet address will go. Actually, I can show the testnet because it's a testnet account. So you'll have your private key. You can create your wallet in MetaMask, and then you can import your private key here. Right, I've already set it that we'll be using WH USDCO for the pair, and I've checked the leg USD. Leg USD is basically what will be the capital that you'll be trading. BPS and all, you can probably read more what it means and why it's important to have here. I'm just gonna
That's basis
ask.
points, right? So this is the spread actually.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you can go into details what all this means and read the docs how all of this works for you. Okay, let me actually start. I already have the prompts ready, so I don't have to work too much here. Just give me a sec.
Okay, so yeah, irony. So Emery is actually has noticed that you are showing us your private key actually.
Okay, so first of all, this is a testnet throwaway key. I know I'm showing the private key. Okay, guys,
Yes.
don't first. I already said that this is a testnet account. Never share your private key with anyone. This is a throwaway account. It only has, I think, 15 or 20 STT. You can actually give if you want. I'm also not showing the full key, so it's hidden here. So even if you take a screenshot, you can't really
Yeah,
do
still
anything. But yes,
it
guys.
makes it easier to hack you.
Yeah,
And
so
I
that's why
think
I have separated both of them here. And this is a testnet account. But yeah, never share your keys with anyone. Anyone, doesn't matter who they
anyone,
are.
including Claude or ChatGPT
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Copilot or anything.
Never ask your Claude Code or any agent you're using to read the env file. There are some actually security measures that Claude has, but never ask it to directly read it. Only ask it to create env.example files, and then you manually place those actual envs there, right? So I'll just ask it that use the bot skill that we have already loaded and write a read only script that loads the USD pool on testnet. uh, But I'll just ask it to print what the orders are right now so we can see how things are working. And how we are calling the dreamDEX integrations here. Best ask and it tries, as well as the basis points. Keep it updating every 5 seconds, let's say. So it gives basically gives a terminal view of what orders are placing rightly on dreamDEX. So let's just ask it. It's on auto mode, so it won't ask me for confirmations. Okay, so we can see that it started as doing the work, and let's wait for it. Okay, I have a question till then. Is anyone actually following with us, like coding side by side?
Uh, yeah, we should ask that from the community. I don't really think, but I think before, while you're doing this, maybe we could just do a brief intro what exactly this .env is, because it's really, really important. I think so. I can tell you my understanding. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So basically, this is like a README keys or any other keys that you're using, for example, for a Discord bot, that you would also do that. So you input them there. You never push them to GitHub. So you also create a file called gitignore. And when you do when you try to push to GitHub, it will not take this file. I mean the env file. And inside your code, you just include like a module or a method that will read from the env file. But your code, like for example, the main program that you're using, the main script, or maybe the config file, will never contain sensitive information like passwords, like private keys, API key, sorry, not API token keys or anything else. But you can read it from there, but it's only stored on your computer. So this is like one of the basic things when you are dealing with things like private keys and everything.
Exactly. So that's what everything that Dmitry said is correct. It's basically a folder for storing all your secret passwords and important stuff. And you can see that we have the git ignore folder, which basically tells the IDE or the GitHub that you're using that never push these keys anywhere. Don't make these keys public anytime. And this is very important. And you see that it is using, I hope my screen is visible here, that it's
Yep, yep.
says there in the git ignore file that ignore every file that has .env. So when you are making this public repo, or when you're sharing this code, it makes sure that your env stays private to you. And it's very important, if you're gonna make a bot, try to understand basic terms like this, like what npm is, what git ignore is, and how what if you don't know even what private keys are and public keys are, just go through them a bit and understand what each of them means, because those are essentials while building your bot, and you'll use them a lot in your logic, etc. So it's also important that if you do make your bot, you make sure that you don't hard code your envs, etc. as well in there, right? So yeah, it's spiraling. If I pull load it, it's doing its work. Okay, so till then we can see what one IOC is. So this one IOC is basically what the code is for placing one order at a time. So as I said, that IOC is like you place an order and it instantly fills whatever is available. So we can see that first we load our .env file, which basically means that whatever private key you have, it gets loaded here. So your program, your bot, or your script can actually use that private key to place orders for you. If you come into the main function, now main function basically the starting point of anything. This is where your bot actually starts its actual logic. We can see that we load the pool, like which pool that we want to share. So we have already said in the code we need to share that WH and USDC pair. If you not, it defaults to USDC.E and USDCO. Okay, so it's actually coded the bot. We'll come back to this. And this then we have different requirements that I said, that bid, min quantity, price, and tick. Those are important stuff. So we can see all those stuff here are implemented. Then we have the actual this is the part that actually places the order. It waits So you can see that we have the bid, we have the price, we have the quantity, we have the order type, then we have the immediate or cancel, which is basically IOC. So this is the part which is actually this all this loads your information. It creates the context. It creates what are you actually buying and what pool you are trading it, what type of order you're placing, and what is your size, etc. And this is the logic which actually places the order for you, and then waits and prints all the hashes for it, all the order ID, what gas wallet you use, etc. So this is the very basic code, and whenever you're creating a bot, you'll probably use this code a lot. So okay, it actually has created the whole script. So let's copy the command line here with code here, paste it. Oh wait, we are already inside, so we don't need the whole command. We just need this part. Okay, so what this did is the cloud probably created this created a simple script which we can use to actually monitor what the prices are. So if we use this command, which basically loads the script it created, what it's doing is it's polling every 5 seconds what the order is. So it's very similar to what you'll see on the dreamDEX UI. You'll see different orders and what's the bid, what's the ask. That's the same thing you're seeing right now. You can see, and this is for the W8 USD pair. It's basically watching how the market is unfolding, right? So this is one simple script that you can run and start testing stuff. Now, we'll actually from here we'll actually build our first order. So we just stop it. This is very important as well because here which we are showing is that the price is dynamic, the price is changing. So your bot, when you generate one, will also keep watching the prices, how it's unfolding, and then choose the ask price or bid price accordingly and place the orders. We'll check the spread and it will place the order when spread is low. So all these concepts are important to understand how the market works and how all those terms are. Okay, now let's actually start building the bot as well and actually place an
Just
order.
just
So
just wanted to comment. It was really cool because I mean, like I don't know, in 5 minutes you got already a bot that was like fetching prices every 5 seconds, and I think it's like half of the thing has been done actually. Now you just need to add your strategy, and you need to okay, you need to allow the bot to move your funds, right? Approve them and sign a transaction, broadcast it. But I guess yeah, this is what you're gonna
yeah,
do now.
yeah, exactly. So we already know that our script, our bot can actually watch the prices. Now the only thing left is actually placing an order according to the prices that is it. So I'm gonna do the same thing again, use the dreamDoc skill, use the IOC script, IOC site. Right? So basically, I'm saying that this IOC.ts file is inside the script. So I'm just giving it more context so it understands things faster. The more context you give to your AI, the faster it will do stuff for you. When you don't give it enough context, it has to load a lot of things and figure out things in itself. So if you understand how things are working, you can actually give it more context and things will be faster for you. So I'm just ask it this and order test it in and it a script. And I'm also want to ask it to explain it to me. Then code in 5 steps. Okay, you can see since I told it where the IOC file is, it instantly found this file and started reading it. So it's as I said that try to understand things yourself. When you understand it, you'll give richer context to your coding agent. So it has more context to work with. It will do things faster for you. So it will start reading this file and it will create a simple script that will actually place an order for me. You can also run this script directly to place the first order because things are already set up. But I'm going to use this AI to show how things are working. So things will be easier when you start doing this. Okay, so dry run is also an important concept. Now, let me explain what dry run is. So what dry run does, let's see that dry run is true. What dry run does is it simulates an order but doesn't place it. What it means is it checks what your tick size is, what your quantity is, what your pair is, and it checks that is this order possible. Like if you place this order, it's basically an hypothetical statement that if you place the order, will that transaction actually work, right? So when you do the dry run true, it will basically place a simulated order to check will your order actually pass, right? So this is a good way to test if your bot is capable of placing valid orders, and this way you won't actually burn your assets. This will only test if the logic that your bot is using is valid or not. And it's also important to use this feature. It's already in your bot kit, in the GitHub kit. So when you use dry run true, it doesn't do the actual transaction, it only checks if the transaction can be placed or not, right? So since this is true, it's asking me whether I want to do the real buy or not. So I'm gonna ask it to do the real buy.
Yeah, because you're on testnet, right?
Exactly. So I'm also gonna flip the dry run to false. So this will now actually place an order.
Unfurling.
Okay, so now it's changing a few stuff to load, since we have .env.testnet file here. So it's just changing the IOC code a bit so it can load that .env. You can see it just added this line. So it loads the testnet configuration that I have. You can see that's already starting to place an order. And it's so cool to do this and watch AI do stuff for you. Imagine you have to code all this yourself and you didn't have this bot kit. You'll have to find so many references. You have to use the docs. You have to read the docs. You have to find the function. Then you have to get your ENVs and manage all those stuff. But with AI, if you're understanding how things are working, it will do things a lot faster. And let's say, actually, I asked it to explain things for me. So let's say when it has placed the order, whether it will explain the things for me or not. Okay, we can see here, if I click right here, which is the output of the code it ran, we can see that the order was actually placed and we got a transaction hash right here. So let's copy this transaction hash and let's actually test on the Shannon Explorer whether this
Yep.
transaction was placed right now or not. So I'm going to just paste the transaction order that we got, and we can
There it
see
is.
that this is the actual order and it placed this 55 seconds ago and on testnet, of course. But that means that the bot is working, the first order was placed, and your Claude now actually can do things for you, right? Because it was able to, if your coding agent, whatever you're using, is able to place an actual order, that means it's ready to start doing now crazier stuff. Okay,
It's so
let's move
easy. I
back.
just wanted to comment. We said that you need like 30 minutes to build a bot. Honestly, I think we used less than 30 minutes. You used less than 30 minutes because we were like doing the intro part, and I think the actual build your bot part was like maybe 15 or 20 minutes. No, I'm not saying this is a complete bot that's gonna make you rich, even testnet rich, but it is a bot and it is working. It has placed an order.
Yeah, exactly. Now since the order logic is ready, all you have to do is build a strategy around it. Like, what kind of strategy are you using? Like, we already had some examples, I think. Yeah, in the strategies, we can have different examples. So these are isolated bots itself, right? So you can use either of this, and we can then use whatever strategies you want to use: momentum, mean reversion, market, or grid. And then you can just ask Claude to take the order logic and implement in this, and then you get a full strategized boss. So let's see what other things that we can do with this quickly. I think we have time, right? How much time do we have, Dimitri?
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We do have let's finish because we didn't start at 2 p.m. sharp as well. So
Yeah, okay. So also, since I asked it to explain the code in 4 or 5 simple steps, once it has done, it has also explaining to me that what each of the code does. And this is very important. Like, whenever you're using all this to have, I cannot put more stress to this, that it's how important it is to actually understand what the bot does. Even if you use the AI to build the order for you or place the order for you, you need to understand what the AI did, how the script is working. As I said, because you're working with actual assets here, and AI can hallucinate at times, and so there are instances where if you don't check what the AI is doing, you can actually fall into a very bad trap. So it's very important to read what the AI is using, how it's placing the order, what script it's running, how it's loading the env, to keep asking all those stuff when you're building with AI as well. So it was able to place a bot. It was able to place a simple, uh, order. Now let's ask it quickly if it can actually build uh, a small loop where it actually tests what the price is and then places the order accordingly. Just give me a second.
I'll just take a moment to emphasize once again that it's really, really cool to get AI to explain things to you, because AI is an amazing teaching tool. So if you can always ask, people, sorry, you can always ask AI to explain to you the code or something that you've been doing, or maybe some GitHub command or anything else, and it teaches you perfectly. Irony, are you there?
Yeah, there. Just give me a second. I'm getting a
Oh,
call.
oh, sure. Yep. So I'm not sure if anyone was trying to build a bot together with us, together with Irony, because I wasn't really sorry, but I'm definitely gonna do that afterwards. But you can see that basically all you need is a prompt, and it doesn't have to be some magic sort of I don't know, thing that you need help with. Just write in natural language what exactly you want, and then you can tweak it, I guess. And especially with you, if you're using the GitHub repo that's been provided, the skills MD files and everything, it should work just like it did for Irony. So it's not. It might look complicated, but it's really not.
And you can actually, if you have issues that if your prompt isn't good, you can do is go to chat gpt, go to Claude, and I'll show you something cool. So what you can do is you can utilize different ais for it. So if you think that your prompt is bad, and if you think that the prompt is creating issues for you, you can actually ask Claude itself to write a prompt for you, and then you use that prompt to actually create. So I'll just ask it, create a prompt that takes a simple IOC order and turns it to a loop and creates a simple bot that can watch market orders, a market and a pool, and decide every 10 seconds if it's suitable for order. Right, so I'll just ask it to create a simple prompt for me. Now once the prompt is ready, then you can take this prompt and then you can go to Cloud Code or a Codex or whatever you're using, and then give that prompt to you, and this will be a better system prompt. So your
Yeah.
agent will have much more context to work with. I already have a prompt, so I'm just going to paste it here. I'm going to read it as well. So I'll ask it that using the bot skill, take the one IOC order. I already did the same thing as I asked the Cloud, so I already have this to ready, which places a single order and turns the bot TS trading WH on testnet every 10 seconds. Read the top book and keep a rolling beat of the mid prices. These are all the logic and strategy that I discussed with ChatGPT and what we can do here. So once you paste this prompt, let's see what the bot does, and let's actually check what Cloud Code is doing. I think it's
Just
over
wanted
here.
to add about this prompting, asking Claude to refine or to create your prompt. You can even say to Claude, so I want to make this and this, and I want I don't know, Claude Code or like Codex to code something for me. So this is my idea. This is like the context and everything. Can you ask me 10 questions so that you can create a better prompt for me? So you can go even this way, and they will then and then Claude then will ask you questions, and you will just refine your prompt. It's also kind of a trick to do with AI, but I guess in this
No,
case you don't really need it.
yeah. So the more questions that you ask, that you let the Claude ask to you. So whenever you are, building an idea, even for hackathons and etc., when you're building an idea, it's very important that the Claude doesn't know what you're building. The Claude doesn't know what a hackathon is. So even when you're doing all those stuff and creating bots and agents, you always should the bot, let the agent ask questions to you, like what kind of idea you're building, what kind of theme that you want, and and then ask it to create system prompt around it. So it's that way the system prompt which much will be tweaked for you, and it will take all your requirements and convert that into a prompt that will actually work for you. And if you have a good system prompt, maybe you don't even have to keep chatting with it. Like if you paste one system prompt, it can do all those stuff for you. And when you're working with agents and bots, a better system prompt will always give you a better response as well, and your strategy will be much stronger. Your bot will be less finicky and it will work better.
Nice, nice.
So it's already started, and
So
I think
it's
already
frolicking. It's
almost,
frolicking.
yeah, it's almost done with it as well, I think. So it created a new bot.ts file, I think, and it's using the mean reversion teaching bot here. You can already see that it's using that logic and it's building the whole thing for me. Now it's running the dry run, which basically means it's testing whether the bot that is it has created is placing valid orders or not. Now, if it returns, then we can actually test directly on testnet whether it's placing actual orders or not. Question in chat, how can I use Codex more? Actually, there are some free tools that you can use as well. There's a IDE called Kiro, Kiro. It's by AWS, and it actually gives a 1 month free charge. Like it doesn't charge you for the first month. So you can actually check that out. I tried it and it was very well. It had a lot of different, models as well. It has Opus and ChatGPT one. So you can try that as well. It gives you, yeah, Kiro by AWS. eh, when you go to the billing plan and take the plan, it won't actually charge you and you get a free order. So you can try that as well. And voila, it has created the bot, 70 lines of code, and it also added comments for how the things are actually working. I think, yeah, it's added a little bit of comment. And it also explained this, right? So it created the order, and now it's explained me how this works, and it gave me the command as well how to run. So let's test. We'll first test
Let's
on
go.
on on a dry run to check if it's actually placing valid orders. So we'll copy the command that will place and we'll run this. And there you go. The bot is already running. And if I, maybe enlarge it a bit, you can see that the dry run was false. And it's doing the warm up. It's testing how the market is. And when it finds, it created the bot. When it finds a correct entry, then only it will enter the market, and then only it will place the order for you.
And
And
this is what you
this is
want, of
it.
course.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see this is already running, and this will keep running if I keep this terminal open on testnet, keep checking the price and keep placing orders. Let's see what other things it's telling me to do. Guide and false knobs. So these are all the knobs. As I said, these are all the configuration that you can change for placing an
Yeah.
order. Uh, and it's also explaining me how this thing is working. So every some seconds, it will read, pop up the book, and push the mid into an array. And it's basically explaining what logic is used. Now, as I said, now some people like you won't understand what things are working and what is this loop back, what is this mean. Very simple prompt. Explain me an analogy how the bot.ts is working. Simple terms. Okay, now it's starting to explain me how it's actually working. So let's read it together. Think of a fruit stall that sells mangoes. The price on the chalkboard changes every few seconds. You keep a running average in your head. You glance at the board every 10 seconds and remember the last 12 prices. Add them up, divide by 12. That's your sense of what normally costs right now. Right. So it's basically averaging what price the token is between the last 12, and you refuse to act until you have seen all 12. once glance is in average, it's just a number. Like, so it waits for 12 values to appear, then it averages out the 12 values to see what the average of what the mid price is for the 12 orders. You buy when today price dips below your sense of normal, not below the some price you sell at, below the average of what you just happened. Like, so it watched 12 orders, it will find the average, so which gives the mid. Now, once the value is actually, lower than what you have noticed, then only it will place an order for you, right? If the board says 1 year, your earning assets 185, the Mongo is on sale for 5 parts in 10,000. That's when you enter, the dip is wobble, not a regularity, and the price will spring back. Sometimes that bet is wrong, and the stall keeps working down all the afternoon. You only buy whole mangoes. You've got $1.9 and mangoes cost 1,785. So you want this amount of one, but the stalls with prices. So you get, so it's basically explaining how the token allocation works. Like when you place an order, how much you can actually buy from that. Once you own it, you sit on your own hands for a minute. This is a rule that feels wrong, but isn't. The moment you buy, the price ticks up. You're already in profit. Then every instant sales tells take it. Says no, wait 60 seconds, look at the 4 trade in the log. Then it's explaining, like, once you have actually uh own the mangoes, how much time do you need to take for buying it, right? So if you see the terminal, we can see it's actually taking all those values and calculating the minimum order, and then it will start placing the actual orders. Let me check NVs. Is it already on right and false? Yeah, so we should start seeing real orders very soon here.
Nice. So while we're waiting, I think we've got a question. So we're actually running out of time, but I think we can definitely, I don't know, we'll at least have 2 to 5 more minutes. So while it's running, can we, I think Popeye has got a question, so let me invite him to the stage. He wanted to ask a question, I think.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Yeah, actually, I've been trying to create a bot. Like, I'm not a developer or coder or anything, but yeah, I tried to create a bot with the with the help of ChatGPT, and I actually created a bot. But the problem was my order was executing, but it was with my MetaMask wallet, not from the dreamDEX wallet. So what are we supposed to do here? I just wanted to know, like, and my volume was not increasing at dreamDEX at all. Irony. Do you know what?
Can you repeat this? You were using MetaMask wallet there.
Yeah, I input my MetaMask private key and the bot was working, and I can
Uh-huh.
see that my funds were deducting and increasing. Like I was selling Shomi and buying from USDC, and then my USDC was selling and it was buying Shomi. So
Uh,
bot was working properly, but it was not
mhm.
generating volume on the DEX. And
Okay, that's
yeah,
that's very interesting. I think that
yeah.
shouldn't happen. Uh, I'm not sure why that could be a reason that should actually generate actual volume if your bot was actually working and
Yeah,
selling the orders.
yeah, I checked on dreamDEX. I could see that the volume is not increasing at dreamDEX at all, and I could see the transaction was going through on the Explorer too. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I
How are
think
you,
that's
how
the
were you
case.
checking the volume on dreamDEX? Because you don't,
Mm.
so your
I
MetaMask wallet is not what you see on dreamDEX.
Yeah, because that's why I asked that if we have a private key of the dreamDEX wallet, so I could input it
No,
into my
yeah,
yeah
I think Popeye from today's session, what you should do is just get this GitHub repo,
yeah. That's what
kind
I'm
of
gonna do.
upload it. Also upload, if you're using Claude, you can upload the skills MD files, or just upload them also to ChatGPT or Codex, anything, and do what Irony did, because I think there's some missing connection there, because and then you just need to give it the private key that you're using, and yeah, just create a wallet on
Yeah, yeah.
MetaMask, and it will be able to connect to dreamDEX API, so you don't need to use like the smart wallet, the preview wallet, because the connection will be direct from
Yeah,
your bot to dreamDEX.
I haven't used the smart wallet. I was using the MetaMask. But yeah, I will try again. I have the recording, so yeah, I will try today again.
Yeah,
Thanks
so
for.
I think yes, I think if you do the prompt, but
Yeah,
also give the content, all the information to your coding agent,
yeah.
like Irony has been
Irony.
showing,
Yeah,
you won't have problems like this. Yeah.
yeah. Totally, I understand. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thanks for the question. So what's happening, Irony? Do we
Yeah,
have a
so I
transaction?
think yeah, we don't have a transaction right now. I think something went wrong. Probably some ABI failed. So it's correct, trying to correct that. But it tried to
Okay.
placing an
Oh,
order, but it had some issue with the ABI. So probably some contract issue. So it's fixing that now. I think it should start working soon.
okay, okay. Yeah. So this is also something that obviously happens, whichever way you do it. This is called debugging, right? Okay. So
Yeah,
he added a
that's
lot
why
of.
that's why it's very important that you use testnet and dry run modes, because you can't rely on AI completely. I mean, yeah, it's great and it will do things for you. It's also important that you first test everything on testnet. Test this if your bot is working, if it's actually placing correct orders, valid orders. Then only you move to mainnet.
Yep, yep.
So probably some issue with the main quantity. So it fixed that.
Yeah, it's always the small things like this, or like gas, or something like this. But if you do it manually, it takes so much time. I mean, if you run into something small like this, like min quantity or gas or anything, you could spend hours trying to find
Exactly.
the reason.
It did place an order. It did the hash go. Again, warming up. Yeah, it's okay. So it did place an order. Wait.
Also, it did it, yeah. Yep, you have it on the screen.
Yep, that's the old order. Okay, wait. I think it's
That's the old one. Yes, that's the old
yeah,
one,
it's
correct.
it's the old one. I think it's still gonna warm up. That's the thing. I think it's warming up. It's checking the prices again, and then it will place an order. Okay, till then, has anyone actually made their bot before this? Before we had this session, did anyone else try it? Did they get any success in that? I guess Popeye tried it. Anyone else? Because that's an interesting way that how much people are prepared for the algo arena. It's going to start very soon. So start tinkering, start checking the dreamDEX repo we have, clone it, read the different scripts we have, check strategies, because you'll start very soon. We only have a few days left, guys.
But I think the weekend is more than enough for that. Unless the most important thing is to have a strategy, but the strategy is something that you need to explain to your coding agent for it to code it, right? So the complicated part is to think how you're gonna approach it, right? So you need to describe what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we only have 2 days left, and I think the registration will start very soon. So be ready with your bot, start testing it on testnet. And most importantly, check the docs, check the repo we have, with Emery has created with love. It has everything that you need. Yeah, okay, there we go. Emery has posted a doc link as well. So read the docs, understand stuff, and start making your bots, start testing on testnet. You can always join the Telegram group, or you can join the Discord for asking testnet tokens from Emery.
Yep. So the documents that Emery has shared, you can also download them, right? It is a PDF and also upload to code or to Claude or any other coding agents. And as for questions or discussions, we do have a tech hub on dreamDEX Discord. This is where all the technical announcements will be posted, or guides if we want to also do them here. But there's also a channel called Tech Discussions, so you can go there, ask any questions. You will definitely get help if the mods or myself are not in a position to answer those questions. Then we will find you help. So I think we should be closing because we are already almost 20 minutes past our time. do we, what can you, just before we close, can you tell us what the bot is doing right now?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think it doesn't have enough funds because on testnet, so it's skipping the orders. But the thing is that it's actually trying to place an order. Yeah, the whole logic, the whole loop of watching the market and then placing an order is complete. So once you have enough USDC, of course, it will actually place an order. So the whole idea is again repeat. I'll repeat the whole thing. The important steps are that you read the docs, read the rules of Algo Arena, clone your repo, create a system prompt, start deciding on the strategies to use, and then go crazy. Yeah, exactly. The whole important part is the bot is actually working. It's trying to place an order, but I probably I tested it before, so it probably don't have enough USDCO for actually placing an order. But yeah,
Yeah, awesome. It's so great to see this thing working, um, because yeah, it's actually doing that. So yeah, I think we can definitely say that we managed to build a bot. You managed, sorry, to build a bot within 30 minutes, much less actually than you also did the debugging, and it's all working. So you just need to, I mean, you, not you, but the audience, you just need to think of a strategy, describe the strategy in natural language to your coding agent, and just go crazy with it. But do the testing, never use your main wallet, never expose your private key, of course, and do the testing on testnet, and also do the dry run before you deploy your bot on mainnet. So I guess it's going to be a busy weekend for everyone.
yeah, and there's so much you can do. I think, Emily, can I show the testing that we were doing and a bit of sneak peek from that from the testing we had earlier? Is Emily in the chat or is he gone? Yeah, okay.
So
So I'll just
everything
show.
to you.
So I have this. We were doing the testing earlier, and this is my bot, which is actually currently running. So we can actually see some orders. So you can see this is the log of my bot right here. I have some manual commands here as well here. These are other some I think some data is not loading properly, but yeah, you can see this. This is actually placing actual orders. It displays a sell order, place a buy order. No, so this is the actual dashboard kind of I've built myself for monitoring my. I also track what other traders are using, how much their balance is, what is their profit. So there's very important that you don't just see your own trade, but you see what other competition is trading. So you can change your strategies accordingly. So this is just something I'm using. We can actually see this orders are actually placed live on mainnet. How my bot is working. It also changes between WBTC, WETH, or USDCO as how the spread is and how the prices are currently. So it chooses that accordingly, and uh, uh, we can see the different mode. I have two different modes here. We have steady mode and direct burst mode. So these modes define how fast it will generate volume. And yeah, so you can go crazy with this stuff, and you can build all this. Trust me, with the repo that we have by GitHub Kit repo, and so go clone it, and just if you have any questions, you have the Discord group. You can tag me, you can tag Emre, you can tag Dmitry, and we'll help you as as required. And what's the Iron website? Oh, it's my own. It's my own
Everything
website.
just
It's my own website that I use
right.
for my projects, etc. Yeah, so
Yep,
please
yep.
come with lot of.
So,
Also, we do have a homework for you. Sorry,
oh yes, yes,
where did
yes.
where did it go? Yeah, you have a small homework for you as well. So if you did find this helpful, and if you did, you're gonna try this yourself, run your bot, share your transaction hashes as well with slash dreambot sessions on Twitter, on Discord. Even if you use LinkedIn, you can post there as well, and copy your Trader 6 doxed. Okay, no one was doxed. That was just public addresses, but yeah. So run your bot, share your transaction hashes. If you have doubts or if your bot isn't working, ask in the group, and we'll help you as required. And yeah, thanks for joining.
Thank you. And I wanted to say, yeah, just don't be afraid. Like the main idea today, if you want to build something, just start with the kids, start with the skills MD. You can see that the bot that Irony built was already operating and running like in 20 or to 30 minutes. And then you start from there, you build up, and then you can get up to such a cool website as Irony was sharing with us. So everything is possible. Just don't be afraid of doing it. Just start, and I'm sure you will have a lot of luck with it. Of course, I would like to wish you a lot of luck, everyone. First of all, on building your own bots, and of course on trading and getting lots of volume, winning all the competitions, and making lots of profits. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Hope it was really useful to you and informative. And really thank you and huge shout out to Irony for doing this presentation to us, because I've learned a lot today. I'm sure a lot of people also did.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone, and good luck with building your bots.